Today I'm gonna show you how to make one of my favorite baked goodness snacks. It is a savory scone with bacon, optional, as well as a sweet version. So it's kind of a twofer today. And I love the savory version because, especially when you're cooking gluten-free, this is actually grain-free. There doesn't seem to be a lot of savory options. And this one is chef's kiss. So to start off with, I clearly have a lot happening on my counter here, but we are gonna focus on the savory option to start off with. So I have 3 cups of almond flour. I am using bacon. You do not have to. You can use whatever you like, just lots of different herbs. But we're a family that loves bacon, and we are lucky enough to be able to source some really good quality bacon locally to us. So I'm also using about a 1/3 cup of bacon fat. You can substitute that for coconut oil if you'd like. And 2 eggs and a few other things. Let's get started. All right, so I have my bowl with my 3 cups of almond flour. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of baking soda right into it. I'm just gonna make it all in this one bowl. It's so easy, all right? I'm gonna put in a little pinch of salt. Cause these are the savory ones, I'm gonna put in a little black pepper. I'm gonna put in about 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. You can use melted honey here or maple syrup. I have done all of the above and it's all good. Whatever you have, use it. I think it just adds a little bit, I don't know, of sweetness. Sometimes you just need a touch of sweetness. I'm gonna add the bacon in. It's probably like 1/2 cup. I measure things. And I'm gonna put in some green onion and parsley. I have used all kinds of different herbs in this recipe. You can use basil, you can use chives, you can use whatever you've got growing in your garden. It's all delicious, it all works. You won't be disappointed, I promise. These are kind of like a scone, kind of like a, anyways, you'll see what they're like. I need to go wash my hands. Okay, I'm gonna mix this in. All right, 2 eggs. Your oil, I love using the bacon fat. It's got all this bacon goodness in there. But if you don't need bacon, that's cool. Just use coconut oil. I've used it. It works fantastic. No dramas. And I'm putting in a tablespoon or so of apple cider vinegar. You can also use lemon juice. probably any lemon you got or any acidic anything you've got kicking around. And that is that. Just gonna mix it up. Make a mess. All right, now that everything has come together, you can see that it's just kind of tacky, kind of moist. There's a lot of room for error if you're ending up with a little bit too much oil, and like it all just works out in the end. We need to preheat the oven to 325 and prepare a parchment lined baking sheet. And we're gonna form these into little things and we're gonna bake them up. 18 to 20 minutes. All right, I need to clean myself up and get my baking sheet. So I'm just gonna use a spoon. I've done all the things. I've like rolled it out and sliced it into perfectly nice rounds. All of it works, whatever you like. I'm pretty basic. This is my basic cooking channel. I want to just shape it into kind of a cookie-like shape. It's about maybe a ½ inch thick, and line them up. Goes against all the rules. So I'm just gonna fit this one last little guy on here. I'm sure there's a way to do this where you don't make a mess of yourself, but I make a mess of myself in the kitchen every time. I'm just that way. All right, so I try and make them all pretty much the same size. So I'm gonna wash my hands, of course, and put these in the oven for about 18 minutes. And we're gonna make the sweet version now. It's gonna be fun, all right? All right, I clean myself up a bit. Start fresh. This version, we are gonna make sweet scones or biscuits or whatever you wanna call them. So we're gonna start off with the same 3 cups of almond flour, but first we're gonna kind of prepare our sweet stuff a little bit. I am using a little bit of dark chocolate, some apricots that are just amazing in flavor, even though they look a little funky. Don't be fooled, they taste so good. And I'm also going to use some dried cranberries that have been sweetened with apple juice. So good, but you can use whatever you like. If you like raisins or dried cherries, get down with your bad self. All right, I'm gonna chop these up so that they're kind of the same size as the cranberries. That's my goal. All right. I don't know. That's like maybe a half a cup. We're going for maybe about a cup of added goodness. Whatever you want to use. Okay, you might be wondering, why is she not using chocolate chips? And that is such a good question. And the answer is the grocery store doesn't have the chocolate chips that I like. So I have to make my own. All right. So that's ready to go. And now we're gonna do this. I am gonna add a tiny pinch of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and I am adding to this one a 1/3 cup of coconut sugar. Once again, you can use melted honey or maple syrup. Whatever one you have available. Works like a charm. I'm gonna stir it in. I really love these recipes because when you are cooking, especially grain-free, a lot of times the things that you make, you're like, oh, this is not exactly what it should taste like, whatever you're trying to make. But this recipe really does feel like it stands on its own. It doesn't feel like you're substituting things in a way that makes it seem not good. Of course, it's not going to be exactly like a scone or exactly like the biscuit that you're used to, but it is so delicious. And the savory one especially is amazing because you can have it with soup or with as a breakfast little addition, snack with your salads. It's just a good time. This one just has a little hint of sweetness that sometimes we need in life. All right, you can see this one. I am using melted coconut oil. This is about a 1/3 of a cup. And once again, I'm using a tablespoon-ish of apple cider vinegar. Lemon juice works amazing, as mentioned earlier. Oh, and 2 eggs. That's what I'm missing. Okay. This is gonna come together better this time. Okay. Now we add our dried apricots, our dried cranberries, and our bit of chocolate. All right, so that comes together that easily. I'm gonna wash my hands, clean myself up a bit, and get my baking sheet. All right, so same deal with these. Surely you could make yours prettier than mine, but it's how they taste, and they're gonna be cute, you'll see. Sometimes if I want them to look really nice, be more uniform size and shape, I will cool this dough down a little bit. And then it's, I don't know, easier to use, sticks together. Not today. If you have friends that are grain-free, these recipes are gonna be their besties. So make sure you share them with them. Make sure you share them, these recipes. Because the struggle is real. When you are trying to go grain-free, sometimes you really just still need a little snack. And they're hard to come by. There's always just that little bit at the end that doesn't really have a home. What do you do with that part? You can see that this one is pretty sticky. It would have been beneficial to cool it down a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. So same as the savory ones, these will take about 18 to 20 minutes in the oven at 325. I need to wash my hands. Working in the kitchen is just endless hand washing. We're gonna let those cook and then we're gonna eat them. All right, look at how delicious these are. They need to cool, otherwise they will not hold together. So we're gonna let them cool and then we're gonna eat them. Okay. They're done and we're gonna try them. So let's start with the savory because it's kind of like dinner. We'll start with dinner, we'll end with dessert. So right off the hop, they're soft, they're moist, they have like a little bit of crumb on the outside. They're just perfect. I can't even explain it to you. You're just gonna have to try and make them. If you are trying to reduce inflammation or you know somebody in your life who is avoiding gluten or grains, these recipes are going to make you happy. Even if you're not trying to do any of those things and you just want a savory or a sweet snack that's healthy. There's just a touch of sweetness. They have a little bit of chewiness to them. The bacon adds a whole layer, but it's not necessary. You could put other things in there and be happy, I'm sure. Okay. I just eat this whole thing while you watch. That's weird. I want to show you the sweet one. So, same story, just moist on the inside, a little bit crispy on the outside. These refrigerate very well. They will last in the fridge for a week. You can freeze them. They are fantastic addition, after school snack, whatever's happening for you. And they're so versatile. You can add in whatever you like. All the flavors. It would be amazing with like a little bit of an orange peel in there. My mom would love that. And I'm just gonna eat this. Thank you so much for joining me. I think you're amazing. Tell me if you make these and how they work out for you. So good.